Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvonne if you're new here, and on this channel I post all things hair tutorial, hair content, hair inspirations to make sure the girlies don't say they don't know what hairstyle to make next. Today we're going to be making something extra special using hair extensions from Hotbraids. You know them. I've used the extension before and I have loved it every single time. So today I'm excited for this hairstyle and how it's going to turn out. I'm using something more luxurious. This is what this extension looks like. It has a very natural look. It looks like Afro Kinky hair, but like 4A 4B core texture. You're going to love how this is going to turn out. We're going to be making micro braids using this, so brace up because I'm braced up. So we're not going to be using any added extension or attachments. We're going to be using purely these extensions from Hotbraids, and I have 3 packs here, and the goal is to exhaust all 3 of them on my hair, just to make sure that this hairstyle comes out exactly the way I envision it to be. So I'm going to try to make this video tutorial as detailed as possible, so make sure you're watching closely and not skipping anything. I'll try to show you my parts and how I'm going to make it very consistent when I'm making the micro braids. So are you ready? Let's go. While I'm not new to Hotbraids packaging, it still manages to wow me every time. This time around, I received 3 bundles of 20-inch 4A/4B exotic Afro Kinky coily bulk hair, and it came with a few goodies. There was a set of combs, some brushes, a few hair clips to help me part and section my hair, and then this handy spray bottle, which I'll use later on. It also came with some super cute headbands, which I'll be using to style this hair at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Now's a good time to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss future videos like this one. So let's get into the braiding process. I started with freshly washed and sectioned hair, and then I took my hair extension, making sure to separate it, and then I used my comb to comb through, thinking I was going to have some flyaways and short pieces, but there was actually nothing, so it was really easy to separate. So I have 2 columns at the back, and each column has 12 rows, so I start out with the very last one. I map out the hair I want to braid, and then I section out the extension I'm going to use for it. I am doing box braids, not knotless. Why, you may ask? And this is because box braids gives more grip and hold, especially when working with bulk human hair like this one. It helps to make sure that the extension is held firmly at the root without slipping out. And trust me, this is very good for long-term wear, so it's all worth it. It's so crazy that you wonder why I'm not making knotless braids, when there was a time when all we used to make was box braids, and that was just what you were going to start your braids with. That was the good old days when you come on YouTube and the kind of tutorials you would find would be how to style your box braids, how to make your box braids, how to mix attachment, and that for box braids. But now it's all knotless, and we've forgotten the OG. But that's what I'm going to be doing for this particular one, so follow right along. Making box braids is not the problem. The problem is adding these boho pieces, because it can be time consuming and it can be stressful. So what I'm going to do is I lay out the number of boho pieces I'm going to add per hair. So for instance, for this one, if I want to add 4, I'm going to separate them and lay them out. And then as I braid down a few inches, I will attach the boho piece, and then I can either use a clip or I can use my mouth, my ear, anything in any part of my body to hold it so it doesn't affect the rest of the hair that I'm going to be braiding. Now towards the end, I tie it to secure it, and this is just personal choice, because for some of the braids I don't even bother with tying, but this one I did tie it, and that's how I continue the rest of the hair. Now that I'm done braiding my hair and I have put on my makeup, it's time to get to the finishing part of this hair tutorial. And that is going to be the first step, which is basically me taking out my hair from the bun that I put it in and detangling and running my fingers through to make sure that there's just no place where it's hooked together. And as you can see, my fingers sort of glide through. Then I'm going to go to trimming the excess length that I don't want. I sort of want this to be like a lob, so I just trim off the ending. Next, I go in with water because this is such a crucial step. Your natural hair loves water, and so does this human hair extension. So of course, when trimming, you can go for whatever length you like. I chose the one I prefer, and then I move to the next step, which is the spraying of the water. See, my goal is to make sure that this hair is as wet as possible. And just like your natural hair, when it gets water, the curls come alive, it starts to pop. That's exactly how this hair began to pop almost immediately. Then I went in with my product, which I'm going to use to make sure that the curl comes to life. You're going to find out more about those products later on. So I'm back, guys, and I have only good things to say about the exotic Afro Kinky coily hair extension from Hotbraids in texture 4A, 4B. See, I did not expect it to come out this beautifully in the end, but it surpassed my expectations. Along the line, I was like, is it going to come out well? But defining the coils and seeing this gorgeous coil pattern come to life, oof, mind-blowing. I'll show you something simple about this extension. You actually do not need to do too much in terms of maintenance. Yeah, it's not too low maintenance, but at the same time it's like mid, because you can have defined wet look or you can have it more voluminous and non-defined. Maintaining the hair is also super easy. All you need is your spray bottle with water and leave-in conditioner inside. I use leave-in conditioner from All My Naturals. I love it for my natural hair, so I put it in here with water. First of all, you're going to use that to define your curls. Next, you go in with any gel you have. I'm using this gel. This is Petals. This is like 800 naira. Use it to define your curls. I used a good quantity, so use as much as you need. Define your curls. You're going to get this lovely look. And then finally, you end with your mousse. Your mousse comes in handy for every hairstyle. You know this already. So you're going to use your mousse finally, and then this is what you're going to have. I used this edge control to do my edges. I just got this, and I think it's actually really good because a little goes a long way, and it stays. So I'll actually let you guys know if this survives like long enough. Since my first use, but I think it's a good one. I used all of that, and I think on a regular that's what you're going to need for your maintenance, nothing extra. You're definitely going to have to cover this with like a satin bonnet so that your hair doesn't, like, the curls don't get too frizzy over time. And when they do freeze up, use the method I just showed you to bring them back to life, because that's what human hair is all about. Thanks to Hotbraids for this amazing extension that allowed us to achieve this hairstyle. I know a lot of you guys have questions about this hairstyle. I'm going to answer them in the comments if you drop them. So do drop them. So I know this style might seem very daunting in terms of how long it's going to take to achieve it by yourself, and the stress, the amount of time you're going to put in. I don't want to scare you, but I'll tell you that 2 days and not 2 full days, 2 days of you doing other things, you're going to be able to achieve this. So think 12 hours upwards. And don't be scared to do this. You know you like the way it looks, so go for it. Also, I'm going to show you guys how to style it in a few ways. So sit tight, you're definitely gonna love it. I just want to say that if you're looking for a protective hairstyle that you're going to love and get compliments on, then this is the hairstyle for you. So give the twist a rest. So just drop your micro twist for a bit, drop your mini twist for a second, and get into this micro braids using Afro Kinky extension from Hotbraids in 4A4B texture. And finally, thank you so much for watching my video up until this point. Please head to the description box for more details on how to purchase your extension and other details about this hairstyle, what I used, how long it took me, the number of strands of hair I have on my head, which I don't know, but I will probably find out for you guys. It's been lovely having you guys here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below telling me if you love this hairstyle, if you like the process and you'll be trying it out. I'd love to know. I want to hear from you guys. And share this channel to your friends, your girlfriends, your sisters, your mom, all of that. Everybody, let them get in on this hairstyle because I think it's so beautiful and black girls will shine in it. Thanks for watching. Bye, loves.